welcome to Snetterton and the first of 3 races this weekend for the Radical Sprint Championship. Well, it's a gloriously sunny day as the cars begin to form on the grid for the first of 3 20-minute races as we are ready for the off. The 5-second board is shown to the drivers. It's Patrick McLuhan on pole position, alongside him is Ben Dimmock on the front row as away we go. Oh, a bit of chaos behind and 1 or 2 of them in a little bit of bother. That is the number 10 car of John Caldwell that got the worst of that, speared in to the wall really before he even got over the start and finish line. So it's Ben Dimmock in the bright yellow car who leads the way from Brian Caldwell as the all jink and jostle for position. The overwhelming majority of the field is given over to the Radical SR3 RSXs, but we have got a couple of the PR6s in the pack as well, as Dimmock takes the early lead, trying to break clear of Brian Caldwell. Then it's Patrick McLuhan who has just lost out a little bit off the line. And the bright red car of Caldwell really beginning to apply the pressure. Then the orange machine in McLuhan just in behind, but it's Dimmock, who's always been a spectacular driver in whatever form of radical racing he's competed in, who is leading the way in these early stages as the field swoop around Williams and on to the Bentley straight once more. Ben Dimmock just weaving around. And that's why the safety car is out. So the safety car is out, the race is neutralised. That is the reason why. And it is predominantly the car of John Caldwell that needs recovering. The marshals, having done their job as rapidly as ever, mean that we are good to go racing once more here on the Snetterton 300 circuit. It's Dimmock who leads the way from Caldwell and McLuhan as they sprint over the crest of the road. Accelerate on towards Riches, swooping through the rapid right-hander, and then on towards the Montreal hairpin. And Dimmock trying to break away. Caldwell staying with him, McLuhan pushing him along. Next car through, that looked like Stuart Maloney, as the rest of the pack shrieking. Anyway, there is Mark Maloney in number 86. He is in the midfield. The cars all sprint into this infield section on the Snetterton 300 circuit. They come out of Agostini on towards then Hamilton before they get on the brake froggies, and you can see just how hard Dimmock is trying, but Brian Caldwell doing a great job and staying with him as they kick up a little bit of the cement dust. Next car, in fact, is number 14. It's John McLeod here, who is well up the order. McLeod, another competitor we've seen year after year in radical racing. That's Darren Nelson in car number 3. Nelson, a very versatile driver to be found in a number of categories of competition, often simultaneously. As next gaggle of cars fighting their way through, it's 33 car of Chris Carr. He's just behind Jason Rishover in the white machine. Rishover a little bit slow out to Nelson. It gives Chris Carr the opening to the inside at the bomb hole, and Carr can't quite thrust his way past. It's one of his very best efforts as they then arrive into Coram. The heat haze shimmers off the cars. So they then get on the brakes. As far as that's Mark Trader, number 20. He's got Maloney and then Nelson just behind. To the field, accelerate on their way. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, Ben Dimmock comes under sustained pressure now from Brian Caldwell. Caldwell looks to the outside at Riches. Brilliant racing between this leading group because Patrick McLuhan is right with them. McLuhan almost is the driver who is best poised to take advantage here. If anything goes wrong between the leading duo, then it's McLuhan who will possibly be able to benefit. But at the moment, Dimmock and Caldwell doing exactly what they need to do. Putting the hard work on to the other foot of the other drivers. So they accelerate through Hamilton and then on towards Oggies and Williams. Oggies is a potential overtaking opportunity, but then it really is the case that Williams just look to ease your way on to the Bentley straight. You don't really see many overtaking manoeuvres at Williams. It's all about setting up the run down the Bentley straight, which seems like it goes on for an absolute eternity before they then get on the brakes into Brundle and Nelson. Flick left, then right. Good battle for fourth as McLeod's come under real pressure now from Stuart Maloney. And then we have got the next group of cars. Jason Rishover still in command, but a problem for John McLeod. He spins on the exit of Nelson, so John McLeod rotating away from fourth place. Disaster for him. Still a few laps in the race remaining, so he's got plenty of time to recover it, I would suggest. Nonetheless, what was a potential podium position has now become top 10 at best, leading the trio into another lap. Still nothing to choose between them. The extent to which they can maintain this level of intensity remains to be seen. The cars hurtling through. Brian Murphy just in behind Nick Jones. There is Jason Rishover then. He has still got Chris Carr behind him. Carr, the blue and silver machine. So Rishover, the white car, just up ahead of him. And they've got Mark Trader and Maloney looking to chase them down as well. Out of Agostini. Quick run towards Hamilton. We've got another car in trouble. Agostini, not quite sure who that was. Veering across the grass as now Maloney looks to really apply the pressure to Mark Crader. Crader, however, again, not inclined to make life easy here for Maloney, but the problem is as they battle, it does begin to bring other cars into the mix as they slow themselves down, and that's always the challenge in this Radical Sprint Championship, is that because the cars through the regulations are so evenly matched, overtaking is challenging. But if you commit to a move, it doesn't quite work out, but you slow yourself and your rival down, it suddenly brings the others into the mix, and that means that Martin Verity is now heading the queue of cars looking to join in to this battle. They've also got Darren Nelson, who is joining them as well, as they hurtle through Coram Curve through a fairly stiff breeze, with the trees in the background are anything to go by, and then flick through Murray's on completion of another lap. Unfortunately, the safety car as well, which just means that drivers have to be aware they've got slightly fewer laps to play with in terms of really gaining ground as Verity looks to the inside Maloney and goes through. Lovely move that from Martin Verity. To the inside at Riches, he saw the gap and slid past. His next target is Mark Crader. It means that Mark Maloney loses out. Darren Nelson is there and poised and ready to challenge as well. This train of cars negotiates Palmer, rides the curb, and then on to Agostini, out of the hairpin at Agostini. Next challenge is Hamilton, and in cars as quick as these Radical SR3s, predominantly the corners arrive one after the other so rapidly on the infield section of the Snetterton 300. It's really only the Senna and Bentley straights where the drivers get any sort of repose over the course of the lap. So here are the leading trio, and again they remain exactly as they were. Dimmock from Corwell and McLuhan, but really very, very small gaps between each car. Then Stuart Maloney, he's got plenty of space in fourth. Chris Carr heads this train in fifth from Mark Crader, Martin Verity, Mark Maloney, and then Darren Nelson as we begin to move towards the latter stages of the race. Bombhole presents no problems this time around for this group just inside the second half of the top 10. Neither does Coram Curve, as they head round Murray's and accelerate along the centre straight. So there is second place man Brian Caldwell. Caldwell has got McLuhan on his tail. McLuhan though is making making life easy for Caldwell, but at the same time as McLuhan pressurises Caldwell, what it means is that Ben Dimmock just gets that momentary breathing space as Mark Crader has a little bit of a moment as he gets the power down, applies the throttle maybe a fraction too early, heading through the Montreal head, which just means the rear of the car snaps away from him as they continue their battle. McLuhan now just slipping a bit adrift to Caldwell relative to where he was at the start of the lap. And the opportunities for overtaking may not present themselves between now and the flag, because none of these three drivers has missed a beat at all, despite the intensity of the pressure and the pace they've been running at. The slightest mistake will be punished. In the case of Ben Dimmock, by the loss of 2 places, he's just not had that error so far. The other driver who may well do something though between now and the flag is Martin Verity. There he is, the red and white car, who Martin has steadily climbed up through the pack during the course of the race. And as we saw a few moments ago, Crader had that little wobble at Agostini, or rather at Montreal. It just might give Verity the opportunity. Out of Murray's comes Ben Dimmock. He accelerates onto the centre straight. Brian Caldwell is chasing, but the checkered flag is waiting, and it's Ben Dimmock who takes the applause and the flag. Brian Caldwell in second place, and Patrick McLuhan completes the podium. That leading trio running a really fine race. Very close competition, very clean, and barely a wheel wrong from any of them. It is Ben Dimmock who prevails, and he takes his place on the top second of the podium.
Fantastic, what more can I say? I mean, P1 on the first race of the weekend. I just hope we can be consistent and hold it together, really. It was a good race, but I seemed to have it in control. I could see what was happening behind me, but every time I tried to watch what was happening behind me, I seemed to make mistakes myself, so it's just a matter of blinking them out and just doing my own thing and keeping it smooth and just being consistent. And yeah, I can't say anymore, just absolutely overwhelmed by the first race and winning, if I can just hold it together.
Yeah, it was great. It was thrilling, hung it together. You know, I know Ben's a little bit quicker than me, but I hung on to him, and I know Paddy's definitely quicker than him, and I held him at bay, so really pleased with that.
Well done.
Couldn't wish for much better. First would be nice, but that would be unrealistic. But, you know, things happen, don't they? So, yeah, very pleased.
A little bit of a bad start, really, which kind of ruined the chances of getting a good win. But other than that, third's quite good. I mean, we need good points after having a DNF at the last race at Oulton, so, yeah, just keep it on.